So the topic of today's video is baggage. So what is baggage? We all have baggage. Baggage is all the crap, all the emotions, all the traumas, all the limiting beliefs that you carry around with you. So a lot of times when we're trying to move forward in our lives, it's really hard because we have excess baggage. So when you're born, well, if you believe in past lives, you're born with some baggage. But let's just say you start with a clean slate and you have no baggage when you're born. So as you go on and carry on in your life, if you don't let stuff go, it becomes baggage. And that baggage prevents you from moving forward. So when you say, I can't seem to manifest this thing, I can't seem to get forward, I can't seem to get money, I can't seem to get that job, I can't seem to get healthy, it's just like something's holding me back, and it's your baggage. So I recently went to a training where the man that was presenting showed a very good picture by just saying, here's your baggage. It's a backpack and you carry this around on your back. Okay, so we all have one of these when we start in our life. And right now it's pretty late. And so life is easy. As a child, life is pretty easy. But let's say you get yelled at for doing something wrong as a child. So we put something in there. I put a can of food in there. So it's really heavy now. It's a little bit heavier. So, then you start to get to those teenage years. You've already put a little bit of baggage in there that you've held on to. And those teenage years start to get harder and harder. And then you're like, oh crap, what do I want to do as a career? Oh shoot, I got to go to college. Oh, what about a mate? And then now it's getting heavier and you're like, oh crap. And so you start bringing yourself down. And if you stop worrying about all that stuff so much, then you won't have excess baggage. So doing things like meditating can help to make that load a little lighter. You can take out some of that baggage. Oh, well, that was nice. Now it's a little bit lighter. So like I said, you get a traumatic thing happening to you, you're going to get a lot of heavy weight. And you can just keep walking around like this and saying, oh yeah, that thing that happened to me when I was little, or my parents, yeah, that right there, that's holding me back. Well, can't you just take it out and stop worrying about it so much? I mean, really, why do you want to carry this around with you? Lighten up your load. So when you're trying to move forward, I know this has happened to me. You feel like you get this huge breakthrough. Some of you have had that, some of you haven't. Some of it is because you can't see through your baggage. Okay, so for example, your baggage isn't on your back. It's just like hiding. You're like, okay, let's just say you're all up in your baggage. You got your face down in your bag and you can't see anything going on around you through your baggage. Okay? So at least get to the point where you can remove the baggage and be like, oh, okay, so this is my problem right here. This is why it's really hard for me to move forward. My life isn't easy because of this heavy load right here. So if you can at least get your head out of your baggage and you're willing to try to move forward, great. But a lot of times you're like, yeah, I just can't move forward because of this. Quit using those excuses. Now, some of these could be limiting beliefs, okay? For example, let's just say that you were raised poor and your parents told you you're never gonna make it. You're never gonna move forward. You gotta work hard. And this is something you do not wanna let go of because it was like shoved way down inside there and it's not coming out. And you're like, no, I can't. You're like, oh, I can't take, no, I was told that. I have to believe that. That's where problems come in. And my husband and I are going to do a video about this. We have learned ways to remove this completely. Now, sometimes through meditation, you may open up that can, dump it out, and you're like, hey, it's lighter. And then you put that can back in there. But that can is still in there. It might be empty, but you get one thing that triggers you and it fills back up again. We want to completely remove the can, not just the contents inside of it. And so my husband and I have learned ways to remove emotions, And the big one is limiting beliefs. There may have been things that have happened to you in the past or in past lives. For the most part, when I did it, everything was in my past lives. I was like, you know, I didn't have a traumatic childhood. That didn't seem like a whole lot happened, but I had these heavy burdens. I had these heavy burdens as a teenager, and I'm like, what is all this? And it's from past lives. It's stuff that I've been carrying on to for thousands of years. And now it's time to let it go. And so we've learned some tools in order to do that. And like I said, I'm going to do a video with my husband, and we're going to talk more in detail about removing those limiting beliefs. So anyway, getting back to your baggage, you can keep moving forward, but meditating is a big way to help just kind of get it gone. But sometimes you're like, well, the meditation is just kind of maintaining it. It's still kind of heavy. And that's where you just kind of need to dig and see, where is the root? What is the root of all of this? I want this gone. I want this thing just like so free and so light. Have you ever had one of those meditations where you come out of and you're like, oh, I just feel so much lighter? It's because you've lightened your load. But guess what? You haven't lightened it enough. You might have just emptied out the can, and you still got the can in there. And you got that one thing out there that triggers you, and that can fills right back up. So remove all of the baggage permanently. Or just as you hear over and over again, don't just meditate and expect the rest of your day to go well. Okay, so you're walking around, you're like, hey, I had a great meditation this morning. My load is really freaking light, and this is exciting. I'm so exciting. And then you got that guy from work that just triggers you, and you're like, You need to realize when you see him and there's that trigger, if you got it in your hand, you're like, wait a second, I don't want this. Why am I letting? Well, I don't want this. You take it back. Why am I giving you that power? Don't take it. Realize when you're getting triggered and be like, that's not going in there. That's staying out there. You need to become more aware of everything, all your actions and all your emotions and everything inside of you, so you can start lightening that load. Like I said, meditation, there's tons of other tools out there that can help you, not just meditation, but meditation is a great one because it does just kind of reset you for the day, and it actually moves you forward. I mean, I know from experience, if I didn't meditate at all, you know, my whole life was going like this, and then I had this huge jump, and there was a few little setbacks. You know, I emptied out my cans. I got rid of a lot of the cans. I emptied out a bunch of them, but I allowed a bit of that stuff to kind of come back, and it slowly, through just meditation, has kind of like gone away. It's slowly every day getting a little bit out. I think I talked about this in one of my other videos. You know, like, let's just say you got a big old pile of shit in the backyard, and you're going over there and you're dumping more shit on it every day. More shit, more shit, more shit. And you're like, okay, wait a second, I don't need any more of this. Let me take some of it off. And there's less shit, okay? But then you have something else happening, you load back on again. And so just by meditating every day, you're removing some of that stuff. So then when you do get a little bit more piled on top, it's not as bad. And it's easier to just keep taking it away, taking it away, taking it away little by little. And then sometimes you have that big mystical experience and it takes a whole bunch of it away. So keep on meditating. And there are lots of other tools out there, not just meditation, like I said. I'll put a little information below about some of the stuff that we're going to be offering soon. A year ago, I really got this calling to get into hypnosis, and that was kind of the biggest thing that has drawn me. I'm speechless right now because just recently I had a hypnosis session done, and there's been some things that I've been holding on to and I've been trying to work on for over a year that I'm like, I want to go away. And it's like, actually, I have to say, I've been working on it a lot more than a year, a very long time. And this stuff has been removed. I removed the cans. I completely just, like, it just disappeared in a 1-hour hypnosis session. So, look into hypnosis. That's the one that we're training on right now. So, stay tuned for more to come. Look forward to seeing you guys.